Hey, it's Anthony with Land Title. I wanted to bring you our update for May for Boulder County. And first to know, stuff is out. And we're at average sales price of 1.1 million. What we're showing here is minus 2.4% year over year. So it would appear on paper that, prices may have come down from the peak of the market last year. But the big difference is the composition of sales have changed so dramatically that I don't believe that's the case. And you can see it in the median. The median's down 7%, but yet the median actually is flat with last month. So we're definitely seeing some different stuff here in the marketplace sell. Then you go over to the attached product right here, and the average sales price is exactly the same. Median also being way down. Now, this is largely due to the fact that with cost of money increases and everything else that's taking place, we really are struggling with affordability crisis, right? And we all know that in the marketplace. It's pretty apparent here in Boulder County all the time. Well, when you go over to our average sales price by square foot, this is where you can really see the difference in the market. You can see we're up 1.7% from this time last year, $411 a square foot for single family. The condos and townhouses are down just a little bit, but we had quite a bit of luxury sales take place that are not taking place right now. So I believe that's why that one slipped a little bit. But you can see that we got to read between the lines a little bit here to understand what's going on in the market. So the most important thing here, supply and demand, right? What's going on? What are your buyers feeling? What are your sellers going to feel? Active units are only up 13% from this time last year. We're probably going to be below the inventory levels of last year within a couple of months. And that's largely due to we saw such an increase so fast when buyers shut off last year. But we also have this major slowdown in new listings. Now, we're down 15% new listings from this time to last year to now. That's basically 100 listings over the course of the month of May, right? We're at 576, we were at 678 last year, and honestly, we're still above 2019. So the market's still moving along fairly quickly, but it seems like we're kind of down at like the bottom level of participation rate from our sellers in the marketplace right now, and you're really seeing it in the buyer market as well. So check this out. We only had 432 go under contract last month. We're way under where we were last year by 14%. Last year was way under where we saw at the peak of the market in 2020 or 2021, but 2019 was below that substantially. So there still could be some room for reduction here, but I just don't see it because interest rates are nearly 7% today. Inventory is about, as average seller's market as we can get. We're 40% above where we were a year ago, but, we've seen much, much higher levels of inventory in the marketplace with still a lot more liquidity. So buyers are out there shopping at the pace that they can and with the confidence that they have, and it's affecting supply very little because there's so much pent-up demand in the buyer market. So what that tells me is if interest rates decide to drop, you're going to see buyers come back to market. Now, sellers, those active units coming to marketplace, expect them to continue to do their seasonal norm. You're going to see a lot of listings throughout the summer, right? And it happens every year. But buyers may start to slow anytime now because, after about the month of June, usually we start to see a slowdown in buyer activity. But it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to fall off a cliff. What it does mean is you should start to see some inventory rise, which is really well needed because even at 2 months of inventory, this market is in a really strong seller's market still. Now, you can see every year, what does that mean for buyers and sellers? It means that on average, days in MLS are 31. Now, that's substantially different from a year ago or 2 years ago. But what it really means is it means we're kind of trending in the right direction. It's very seasonal. It's very predictable right now, right? I mean, basically it takes a month to go under contract and we're about the fastest in the year, right? It could easily get faster as of next year or next month into June, but it also could just be, we get into this market where we see some more seasonal trends. Maybe that flattens out a little bit to where we don't get as deep of valleys or big of peaks as we would normally get in other parts of the year. We're at 100% listed sale price. So why I say it's a seller's market is because if you go to market, on average, you're getting a full asking price offer. That's pretty remarkable. It's a lot better than it was last month. And this might be the peak, right? Usually May or June is the peak of that, and then it trends down into the fall. But don't expect it to fall off like it did last year because we're back at a more consistent basis. So if you have any other questions or you want any other localized markets, reach out to me. I'm Anthony at Land Title. Hope to catch you next time.